guys, and welcome back to my channel. So a question that I often get asked is how I achieve and maintain clear skin. And honestly, I'm always so incredibly humbled and flattered when people ask me this because my skincare routine is honestly super basic and nothing special by any means. I feel like so many people on YouTube and TikTok have these ever-changing 10, 20 step skincare routines that are super intense and crazy with tons of luxury and expensive skincare products like serums and stuff like that. And mine is honestly so simple. So in this video, I'm just gonna go over with you guys the super basic and simple principles that I've used throughout my whole life to achieve and maintain my clear skin. So if you're interested in that, then please keep on watching. So number one, and honestly, I cannot stress this enough, drink more water. Drink as much water as humanly possible. Often whenever I want a soda or pop or fizzy drink or even a fruity juice drink, I just substitute it with water, and you can't even imagine the benefits it has every time you do that. Water is such a purifying thing that detoxes you from the inside out, and it's generally just really good for your health, hydration, digestion, and your skin, of course, as well. This is also a great tip for if you're wanting to lose weight as well, to substitute any fruity, sugary drinks with water every single time and watch how much of a difference it makes to your skin and your digestion and just your overall health. Number two, try to avoid touching your face as much as possible. Oftentimes throughout the day, we unknowingly tend to lean our face on our hand or kind of lean on our desk when we're bored or go like this when we're at work. But please try to avoid touching your face as much as possible, as unless you literally just got out of the shower or just finished thoroughly sanitizing and or washing your hands, your hands are obviously covered in hundreds of thousands of germs throughout the day, and just touching it to your face is just going to lead to breakouts. I know this is like a tale as old as time, but it is true, and I find that when I don't touch my face, I tend to not break out as much. Number three, avoid having straight across bangs. I had straight across bangs from birth all the way until I was like 18. That was like my signature look for more than half my life. I found when I had straight bangs, I would often break out all over my forehead because naturally your forehead is part of your T-zone. In other words, the oiliest part of our face. And now you have this thick fringe of bangs just like suffocating and incubating the oil and heat just like in that area, just like concentrated together, and it's just a recipe for insane breakouts. The same thing goes for those long, thin, like wispy emo side bangs as well. Even if it isn't the greasiness of the hair itself coming in contact with your skin that's making it break out, the fact that you have pieces of hair just in your face all the time, you're bound to unknowingly once again use your hands and just like flick it, brush it, and touch it out of your face. And once again, touching your face leads to breakouts. Number four, I know a lot of people say this one is just a myth, but in my personal experience, I find it to be 100% true. Avoid eating fried, crunchy, and extremely salty foods, such as junk food like potato chips, fast food, French fries, spicy fried chicken wings, chocolate, candy, etc., etc. And instead eat more fruits and vegetables, especially super cooling, refreshing ones like cucumber, melon, like honeydew and watermelon, grapes, etc., etc. Number six, if you do get pimples or breakouts, do not pick them. And especially do not pop them unless they're absolutely at that point where they're basically gonna pop on their own whether you touch them or not. I feel like that is the only time that's the sweet spot when it's okay to pop them, when it's basically like this spherical white lump that's like on the verge of popping on its own anyways. Unless it is like that, do not touch it. Do not try to pop it, especially if it's under the surface. Do not try to pop it because then it's going to scar or leave like an inverted zit, and it will just stay there forever. Number seven, wash your face at least twice a day. In the morning when you brush your teeth and at night when you brush your teeth. Since you brush your teeth twice a day in the morning and night anyways, you might as well also wash your face at these 2 times a day as well to make it easy for you to remember to do it twice a day. Right now I happen to be using the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser Wash. to remove my makeup. However, you don't have to use anything that fancy or expensive. Honestly, I use a lot of drugstore skincare products and I find that they work just as good. I also try to exfoliate relatively often, a few times a week. Right now, I'm loving this Clean and Clear Deep Action Exfoliating Scrub. This stuff is amazing and super inexpensive. Not sponsored by any of these products, by the way. I literally just love them. But you can use any generic exfoliator of your choice. Also, another huge tip is to make sure you thoroughly wash off all of the cleanser from your face, because if there's any residue left over, it can cause breakouts. I found that as a teenager, whenever I washed my face, you tend to wash like this. So some of the suds from the facial wash ends up going into my baby hairs here and into my ears. And then I would break out in this area. So make sure you really rinse even the side of your ears and just the entire rim of your face as well. Always follow up your face wash with moisturizer. Oftentimes, many facial washes, especially exfoliators, have a lot of strong chemicals in them that can strip your skin of its natural oils and cause it to dry out. And when your skin is overly dry, it can crack and lead to, once again, breakouts and just dry patches and flakiness and peeling. For moisturizers, once again, I just use drugstore products, but around Christmas time, I splurge and buy and try a bunch of brands from Sephora. My favorite drugstore moisturizer brand that I would highly recommend is CeraVe. I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but that one is the best and it's super inexpensive as well. In terms of higher end skincare brands that I really like Glow Recipe, Tatcha, Caudalie, etc. Next one is try to use cooler or cold water when you wash your face, as hot water tends to dry out your skin more and make it peel once again. The next tip I have is to try to frequently clean items that typically come in contact with your face frequently. So for example, if you wear glasses, they're always coming in contact with your face, especially here and here tends to break out and get oily because the glasses are constantly sitting on those planes of our face. Your cell phone as well, if you talk on the phone a lot, it can get really oily and stuck up against your face, and your phone is probably one of the dirtiest things that you own because you're constantly touching it with your filthy hands, moving it around, putting it on random tables and desks and all sorts of things, and then it's literally touching the side of your face when you talk on it. So that's a huge no-no. Try to use a disinfectant wipe and clean your phone regularly to avoid breaking out and just transferring germs in general. Try to switch out your face mask regularly. I know a lot of people say the pandemic is over, but a lot of people are still wearing masks, which is totally understandable. So if you happen to still regularly wear a mask, then definitely switch it out often. So if you wear the disposable ones, then just dispose of it and switch it out as much as you can. And if you're wearing fabric ones, make sure you wash them in between use. Because maskne is a real thing. This last tip I myself even struggle with, but try to sleep as much as possible, at least 8 hours a night. I definitely don't do this and I'm working on it, but I truly think sleep is the best beauty remedy, health remedy. Like if you have any aches and pains, or in a really cranky mood, or you have a migraine, or you have a toothache, or your muscles are hurting, or you find that you're breaking out, your skin's not looking that great, I feel like a really good solid night's sleep solves pretty much all of your physical ailments. Not necessarily solves, but improves them to some degree. So that is it for this video, you guys. I truly hope that it was helpful to you. If it was, then please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I know many of the tips that I described in this video are ones that you hear all the time and are pretty common. However, these are just what's honestly truly worked for me for years, that's kept my acne at bay and it's never really come back. I get an odd pimple here and there and sometimes small breakouts, but I've never had like full-blown acne on my forehead the same way I did when I was a teenager. Please let me know in the comments down below if there's any more tips that you can add to this list so that we can all achieve and maintain clear skin together. Of course, it's important to remember that breakouts will happen no matter what your age is or how healthy you are or how conscious you are in skincare. They just happen, it's natural, it's okay. And even people with the most seemingly perfect skin still get breakouts from time to time. Another thing to also remember is sometimes it's nothing that you're doing wrong and it's totally not your fault. A lot of the times the condition of our skin is heavily affected by hormones, genetics, etc., which have nothing to do with you or that you're doing anything wrong. Just do the best that you can. And following these steps in a general sense, you should see an improvement in your skin. So that is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!